The first question you've got to answer when you are here for extended evening hours at Epcot, are you going to start your night with that amazing fireworks show, Harmonious? Or are you going to start your night by trying to get on as many of those top tier rides as you possibly can? Well, we decided for us, the answer was both. Let's go do it. Hi ho everybody, this is Rob with Ear Scouts and we are here at Epcot for extended evening hours. This is the perk that you get when you stay at a deluxe hotel or a deluxe partner hotel, specifically the Swan, Dolphin, and Swan Reserve that are here on Disney World property. We'll put the full list of all of those hotels that qualify for this perk on the screen right next to my head so you can see if your resort is in the list. But if you are in the list, then that means you get, on select nights, usually Mondays, an extra 2 hours in the park here at Epcot. There are also some special events that would allow you to do extended evening hours here at Epcot, the most common of which is what's called Moonlight Magic. If you're a member of Disney Vacation Club, it's basically the Disney version of a timeshare. If you're one of those fancy DVC members, then you get your own night here at the park called Moonlight Magic, but that one only comes around once in a blue moon. Pun intended. I actually had the pleasure of experiencing Moonlight Magic just the other night at Hollywood Studios. It was amazing. Huge thank you to the Coffre family who invited me to join them for Moonlight Magic. That was awesome. Thank you guys again so much for that. But we're here tonight on the more traditional version, which is just the regular extended evening hours. This one happens almost every Monday. It doesn't happen every single Monday. You need to check Disney's website. We'll put a link in the description down below. But most Mondays, if you're staying at one of those hotels on the list that we showed you, you can spend these extra 2 hours in Epcot. There's another really huge reason to do extended evening hours at Epcot, and that is that you get to participate in the third drop of virtual boarding groups for Guardians of the Galaxy. Normally, there are only 2 drops of those boarding groups. There's one at 7 a.m., there's another at 1 p.m. And if you're not starting your day at Epcot, you're not going to get to ride, because if you don't have a park pass, you can't get in until you park hop at 2 p.m. Those 1 p.m. drops are pretty much all gone. So you won't really get an opportunity to do Guardians of the Galaxy on a day that's not an Epcot day unless you have extended evening hours. So one of the first things you might be wondering is, do I have to physically enter Epcot before 6 p.m. in order to participate in trying to get one of those boarding groups? The answer is maybe. Tonight, we actually had viewers who watch our channel who were going to Hollywood Studios, and they tried to get a virtual boarding group from there. According to them, they were able to do it. However, when we tried to do that tonight from our hotel, which was just behind us here at the Swan, we were not able to join a virtual boarding group. When we tried to set up our group a little after 5 p.m., it said that no one was eligible because none of us had a park pass for Epcot. I'm actually going to show you on the screen here what we did to try to get our virtual boarding group earlier. You want to start at about 5 p.m. That's when they let you start forming your group. So all you have to do is you go into the main menu, you tap on virtual queue, then you're going to tap on join virtual queue, and then you tap on the virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy in extended evening hours. It's going to, at that point, usually show you the group of your party that's eligible to form a boarding group. If you don't see anyone there, try clicking on edit. We tried that. It would not let us add ourselves to a virtual boarding group, even though we were staying at a qualifying resort. We were at the Swan. Thankfully, we did it early enough that we had time to get over here and badge in, and when I spoke to a cast member, the cast member said, yes, you do need to badge in at Epcot before you'll be able to create that virtual boarding group. Once we badged in, we didn't have any issue. So we've got Guardians squared away. We're hopefully going to get to ride that tonight, but then we have the other existential question of doing extended evening hours here at Epcot, and that is, extended evening hours begin when the park closes at 9 p.m. Guess what else happens at 9 p.m.? The amazing fireworks show Harmonious happens at 9 p.m. If this is your only night in Epcot, there's no question. You should definitely spend your first 20 minutes of extended evening hours watching Harmonious because it is epic and you do not want to miss it. If you have another night that you're going to be here in Epcot, though, where there aren't extended evening hours, it might pay to see how many more rides you can fit in that amount of time. So what we decided to do tonight is both of those things. The other half of Ear Scouts, Eric, is posting himself at our favorite spot to watch Harmonious. It's actually right next to where you take the Friendship boat in Canada that takes you across the lagoon over to Morocco. If you go to that spot where you board the boat and then you look to your left, there are some tables there. That is the best spot to set yourself up to watch Harmonious for the night. We definitely recommend getting there probably starting at least around 7:30 if you want to secure one of those tables. If you don't care about having a table, you can definitely get there later than that. As we race around the park on our epic adventure, we'll check in with Eric from time to time and see what he's experiencing from his vantage point, and you can decide which you want to do when you're here for extended evening hours. Let's go do it. All right, we are just minutes away from extended evening hours starting, and we are here in Norway, just outside of Frozen. So I'm gonna wait until it is 9 o'clock on the dot. I'm not gonna start a minute sooner, and as soon as it's 9 o'clock, we're gonna head into our first ride. They're gonna check everyone getting onto rides. Make sure you have your magic band or park ticket handy so that they can scan it and see that you're qualified for extended evening hours. I just did one last check of My Disney Experience to see what the wait times were looking like. Frozen is the lowest of the ones we're targeting. It is at a 35-minute wait. Right now, Test Track is at a 50-minute wait, and Remy is at a whopping 85-minute wait. So definitely hoping that goes down by the time we get over there. But we'll find out. Let's go do it. So I can hear the show starting right now just outside. Here's my view right now. Let's go check in with Eric and see what he's seeing. I'm guessing his view is a little bit nicer. That was pretty sweet. It was a posted 35. We're about to board, and it's been just over 15 minutes. Off to a great start. Well, that is hands down the most adorable way to start extended evening hours. And of course, we exit through the gift shop. You actually can do some shopping if you like, but we are focused on rides, so it's off to Remy. Right now, we are definitely like a salmon swimming upstream because everyone else is heading out of the park and we are heading against the flow because we are off to France. I just got stopped for a little bit because one of you guys out there stopped to say hello. It makes me so happy when I hear that a video that I made helped someone have a better vacation. So thank you guys so much for stopping and saying hey when you do. We are globe-trotting, my friend. We have made it through Japan, flying into Morocco. We are just a hop, skip, and a jump from France. This is the first of two really long walks we're gonna be doing tonight. The second one is gonna be when we finish Remy. We're gonna be going all the way back up to the front of the park. With any luck, we're gonna be doing that so that we can get on Test Track and then Guardians of the Galaxy. I am very happy to make a walk across Epcot to get on those two rides with a short wait. It is 9:40. Looks like a posted 45-minute wait. I'm guessing that's gonna be like Frozen. That's gonna be a little bit inflated, hopefully. but we will find out. So our boarding group was just called for Guardians of the Galaxy. We've got until 10:35 to get over there. I am fingers crossed that this line is going to move faster than they're expecting at 45 minutes. If we're there a little bit late, they usually will give you a grace period. For lightning lanes, you usually got about a 20-minute grace period at the end. You get 5 minutes at the beginning and usually about 20 minutes at the end. I haven't tested that on Guardians. I don't know how long the grace period is on the back end of that one, but I guess we're going to find out. One thing I think is really important when you're coming to extended evening hours is to have your expectations set correctly. I think a lot of people think that they're gonna come and it's only gonna be deluxe resort guests, so every line is gonna be super short and they're just gonna jump onto every ride. If you're doing some of the smaller attractions, that can definitely be true. If we were up there doing Figment and the Seas with Nemo and Living with the Land, we would definitely be jumping on everything, but there are always gonna be those few rides that everybody wants to ride, and so you're still gonna find really long wait times. They're not gonna be as long as they are at the peak of the day, but they're still gonna be pretty sizable. So I think it's important when you come, you just have your expectations set. And you know what? If you get a line that goes much faster than that, like we had at Frozen, that's a big win, but it's not something you can count on here at extended evening hours. It is 10:20, definitely gonna come down to the wire tonight. It is 10:30, time to make a mad dash back to the front of the park for our Guardians reservation. We are supposed to be there in like 3 minutes. That's not gonna happen. One super cool thing that just happened on that Remy ride, we got to experience what's called B mode. So basically when something doesn't go quite right on an attraction, they have these built-in additional sequences that'll play. In that one, as you're coming to the end of the ride, if things are backed up and they're not ready to unload your car, or your rat in this case, they put it into B mode. And what happens is Remy normally pops the champagne cork and sends you flying backwards. But when they're in B mode, Remy goes through this cute routine where he struggles with the champagne cork. It's just a fun little extra thing that you only get to see when something goes wrong. We're gonna cut through Creations and get a little moment of air conditioning. I am always grateful for a moment of air conditioning, especially when it's almost 90 degrees and it's 10 o'clock at night. And some lovely merchandise that I would stop and shop for if we were not on a tight mission. Here we go, y'all. 10:37. So at this point, the big question is, how quickly can we get on and off of Guardians of the Galaxy? If we can do it quick enough, we can get in that line for Test Track, and we will complete our mission. We will do all 4 of the biggest rides in this park. But if that virtual queue is backed up, we might not make it.
Your scholar, Peter Quill, has been teaching me about your world.
Hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Looks like we needed a little bit of drama because as we were walking in, they were closing the doors for the pre-show, like literally at that second. So I don't know if we're gonna make it a Test Track. It is gonna be cutting it super close, but if we had literally been like 5 seconds earlier, we would have probably been through and been good. But I like this though. This is exciting, right? This is the exciting way to end the video. Can we do it? It's gonna come down to the wire. I don't know. You're gonna have to wait and find out. So we made it out just in the nick of time. We were racing over to get to Test Track, and then I looked at the app to see what the wait time was looking like, and womp, womp, womp. Test Track was closed. So I just chatted with some folks. Apparently Test Track has actually been down for most of the night. I didn't even notice it while we were racing around the park. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. We still had an incredible night. I love ending my night with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's the best way you can possibly end a night here at Epcot. If you enjoyed this video, go check out the one that we did over at Hollywood Studios. We did extended evening hours there, which is actually pretty rare. And if you enjoy that video, why not subscribe to our channel? Because we've got new videos coming to you every single week from here in Walt Disney World. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Until next time, don't forget to think happy thoughts, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.